Malibu cowboy.
Hi everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Nerdy Girl Music Series. And on this week's episode, we're talking about one of my favorite things to talk about, which is the internet, and I'm gonna play my song, Internet You.
Malibu cowboy, the doors of the Jeep, and your mirrored Ray-Bans, casual selfie. Got that soft gray t-shirt, football in the snow. You're the life of the party, let the stress down low. You were picture perfect with 10,000 hearts. You show me everything just to hide your scars. What in the world am I doing here? Listening to you talk, wondering when you'll stop. Talking about nothing, taking me nowhere. It was all fake, none of it was true. I run away at the internet, you. I run away at the internet, you. Said hello with a half smile, swept me off my feet. Was America, sweetheart, in the land of dreams. We were prince and a princess on a radio high. It was blue jeans and milkshakes on the 4th of July. We were picture perfect with 10,000 hearts. But baby, it ain't worth it if you won't show your scars. What in the world am I doing here? Listening to you talk, wondering when you'll stop. Talking about nothing, taking me nowhere. It was all fake, none of it was true. I run away at the internet, you. I run away at the internet, you. Just be who you are, who you are, who you are, who you are with me. What in the world am I doing here? Listening to you talk, wondering when you'll stop. Talking about nothing, taking me nowhere. It was all fake, none of it was true. I run away at the internet, you. I run away at the internet, you. Just be who you are, who you are, who you are, who you are with me.
So my song Internet You was written in college, and I in part wrote it about sort of the observations of relationships and how we can sort of present this false version of ourselves very easily on the internet, on Instagram and Facebook. And I was also in a class on the philosophy of authenticity. And in that class, the professor decided to talk a lot about the internet and the way that the internet sort of has changed our views of authenticity. And my favorite philosopher, one of my favorite philosophers, Soren Kierkegaard, was actually one of these philosophers that talked about authenticity. And a couple of interesting things that Kierkegaard said, which I think are really cool, is the pursuit of authenticity is to become what one is. And as an artist, I really resonate with these words because I think a lot of the times when I go to write a song, I am trying to understand who I am and my identity and what I'm feeling and if those feelings are real or true. And I loved studying this in college. And another super nerdy phrase or quote from Kierkegaard is, drum roll please, get ready. This is the nerdiest thing you will probably ever hear come out of my mouth. And it is one of kind of Kierkegaard's definitions for authenticity. The self is a relation that relates itself to itself. We must have spent 3 weeks on this in that class on just that phrase, and I still don't think anyone knows exactly what it means. But I find it really interesting, and I find it really fascinating thinking about who am I and what is the nature of the self. And in Internet You, I just sort of explore how the internet has kind of added a new layer of this idea of authenticity, where we can just very easily live in these false worlds that we create online. And so that is what Internet You is about, and that is a little bit of the background, where it came from and the philosophers that I was reading at the time that I wrote it. I will say, just to end the video, this is not to bash the internet. I am so grateful for the connection that we can all experience online, and I'm so grateful that I can do that with you here right now. So I think it's great to talk about what maybe are the pitfalls of the internet and how we understand ourselves through it, but also to celebrate the beautiful things that it does give us, which I think the most beautiful thing is connection. All right, guys, talk to you soon.